Is this made from real lemons?
Yes.
I only like all natural foods and beverages, organically grown, with no preservatives. Are you sure they're real lemons?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Do we have a deal?
Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
What did he say?
Well, that was fun. So, down near my area, at least in Maryland, it's in Hunt Valley, about 20-25 minutes away from where I live in PA. Literally, all I gotta do is get to the PA-Maryland line and drive straight for a good 20 minutes. There's an event called Monstermania that takes place every year. Now, it usually takes place in September, October, but this is the first year, at least, during the Hunt Valley show, because they had it like Philadelphia, and I believe other areas like California and all that. This is the first year in Hunt Valley that they are doing 2 different shows this year. Not even shows, it's a con, so it's 3 days for a weekend, Friday to Saturday, Sunday, and in April 14th, that was the start of the first go-round with this year's Monstermania. I got to go for 2 of the 3 days, the Friday and the Saturday that this event was taking place. Now, why was I there? Well, I love horror movies. It's basically stuff that's just horror-related. Think Comic-Con, but again, for horror freaks, and that's me. And, you know, my mom is also a big fan of them, and, you know, my dad goes with us, and my friend Daryl actually went with us this year. That was on Friday, where I did go and get a lot of stuff because that was the shopping day. And I decided to wear this t-shirt right here for day 1. I bought it specifically for the Friday because, well, we'll get to the significance of the shirts in a minute, but I thought it was cool that this was the new Wednesday Addams, and it was kind of like doing the dance, and it says, what is it? You better duck when I show up. So that was pretty cool. And I had this guy Velcroed to my shoulder. Now, the Velcro didn't stay too well, and he fell off. And where was it? Where was it? It was this finger here with the stitching around it actually broke off after he fell off my shoulder.
If you die, I will kill you.
This is 3D printed. I bought this online, and good thing it was 3D printed, and good thing it was the finger with the stitching, because when you super glue it, you don't even know that it broke. It just looks the same as it did. So on the second day, I decided not to Velcro him on. I just kind of carried him, and then for the big event, I would hold him on my shoulder. Now, Friday, this is just some of the stuff I got. Some of it you're seeing behind me, like this here, this little Wednesday, I think it's, you know, more of a, it's like how you have those garden stepping stones. That's basically what this is, handmade by somebody. I thought that was cool. Then we have this little thing here, which, in case you couldn't see, is a Wednesday Addams Lego. It's from the promo shot of her holding the umbrella, and of course there's thing right there. And then this was actually really, really cool. There's a pop out there for Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, that has Jamie Lloyd, Danielle Harris's character, in clown outfit, one that she wore in the movie, and I found that pop, but I realized why it was so expensive. That is because it has Danielle Harris's signature on it. The woman that played Jamie Lloyd, or should I say at the time the little girl that played Jamie Lloyd. So I had to get it because I actually do think they need to go revisit Jamie's story and make a new trilogy, sort of similar to what they did with this new trilogy where they revisited Laurie's story and, you know, did it differently and gave it more of a proper ending, even though fucking stupid ending. But I think they should do the same with Jamie. Give her a trilogy that finishes off her story, gives it that definitive close that, you know, I think we all need, other than, oh, she died at the beginning of The Curse of Michael Myers when he stabbed her and tried to take the baby. Then these are cool. So this guy, it looks like he does, I don't know if these are drawings or what, but this guy's like an artist, and he took characters and would make them like fight each other and I thought it was cool. I found one. This is Scooby and Shaggy being chased by Ghostface. I was like, yeah, you know, if there was one horror movie character that the Mystery Inc. would try to be figuring out who it is taking the mask off, it would be this guy, because really the Ghostface killer can be anybody. It's not just one person. And then I just had to go with what I like to call the Tim Burton one, which is Edward Scissorhands versus Wednesday Addams in a sword duel. The only reason I put quotations around sword is because, well, Wednesday has a sword, Edward has scissors for hands, so it's still a fair fight nonetheless, but I thought these were really cool. Now I gotta find a place to put them, though, because I have no wall space.
Oh my gosh! What do I do?
And I think the last real interesting thing I found was this. Someone made a copy of Season 1 of Wednesday on DVD. Now, they did the smart thing. They had a TV there with the DVD player. They played it for me to show me that it works, and I even tested it myself out when I got home, and it does work, because sometimes people make DVDs and the disc won't be able to read in a DVD, Blu-ray player, whatever, but this one did. So really, technically, you're not really going to find this unless you find somebody who kind of, you know, did it themselves, but I'm sure sooner or later they will release Wednesday, the complete first season, on DVD, and when they do, I'll probably get that just because I want to see a little bit more of the bonus features, and this is in good quality, but it's like 720p, so I'll probably get the actual DVD when it comes out for, you know, full 1080p, really good, just overall image and picture and all that kind of stuff. But now, the big thing that you are probably clicked on this video for, and that is day 2, which was Saturday, and this was a day where my mom and I, we were not planning to be there too long because, well, all we were doing that day was a photo op, and that photo op was with none other than Christina Ricci, the not original Wednesday Addams, but I think the most well-known Wednesday Addams when it comes to the live-action adaptations, although Jenna Ortega's is giving her a run for her money. That's only because we got a new generation that's going to know her as Wednesday, as opposed to my generation and even the generation before me, where Christina Ricci was the definitive Wednesday. Now for day 2, I decided to wear this shirt, which has her Wednesday Addams on it. It's her doing the little, you know how SpongeBob did like the imagination thing and a rainbow appeared?
Imagination.
Well, Wednesday's doing it, but in the rainbow. It says, I hate everything. Because I had to wear a shirt with her Wednesday on it, or else it just wouldn't have made sense. Because, well, the show isn't about her Wednesday, so I had to go back to the old school. And of course, I had Thing with me, and when we went to take the picture, I put him on my shoulder, and I had to hold him like this so he wouldn't fall off, because with the photo ops, it is quick moving. You know, you go in, you say hi. She complimented my mom, so she might say something to you, and then, you know, you take the picture, you say, oh, goodbye, nice meeting you, and then you're off, you go look for your picture, and then you take your picture home with you, and that picture is behind me right here, but I will put it up here so that way you guys can get a better look at it. Now, you're probably wondering, well, if your mom went with you, why didn't you just get a picture together? Well, we both wanted our own picture, and they only take one pic, so we decided, since me and my mom had tickets anyway, that me and her would just go up by ourselves and get a picture with her. That way we had our own photo to take home. Now, could we have asked Christina and maybe the person taking a picture if we could have taken one more picture with all three of us together? Sure, you know what, probably. I don't think it would have been too much of a hassle, but in the end, we just didn't need to do that. Now, how was my experience? Well, it was pretty good. I mean, for one, it wasn't a long wait. I mean, with as quick moving as it was, when it started, my mom and I were like in the back of the line, but it only took about 10 minutes to really get up to the front and get this thing going. And the interaction was short. My mom was right in front of me, so she got her picture with Wednesday before her because, well, it was a Christmas present from me, so, you know, obviously gotta let the person I gave the present to go first. And, you know, I was standing here, her and Christina were over here, and, you know, Christina had complimented my mom on the rosary she was wearing, and overall was just genuinely nice to her. Then I step up. She doesn't notice the shirt, which kind of disappointed me. I thought she would comment on the shirt, but, you know, whatever. She noticed Thing, and we took the picture, and it was just kind of a, okay, thank you, nice meeting you, and, you know, we went about our day. I can say in that short interaction, I can tell she was nice, she was having, you know, fun, or at least enjoying herself. I mean, I know photo ops, and plus she had, you know, a panel to do, and an autograph signing to do, so she had a lot to do, so she was at least enthusiastic when, you know, going up to her. She wasn't just like, alright, let's hurry this up. She was like, hey, hi, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I almost forgot. I did get this. I'm looking into my camera, I'm like, holy shit, how did I forget the thing I hung up here? That is a pastel drawing of Wednesday from the new series. It's from the same guy I got who had the pastel drawing of the Harley Quinn that I had up here for a little while that you guys saw recently, and I kind of knew he was going to do a Wednesday Addams pastel because, well, that was the new popular thing, obviously. And I think the cool thing about Christina Ricci showing up was she was actually supposed to be at the show in October last year, but couldn't do it because, well, filming for Wednesday was still going on, or I know it was that show specifically and whatnot, so she promised that she would show up for this one to make up for the lost time that she had promised beforehand. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I would definitely recommend that if you have a Monstermania in your area that you should go. Heck, they even have musicians there too. Andy Biersack of Black Veil Brides was actually at this past one, and I believe the year before they had was it Chris Motionless, a Motionless in White? However, the two that I'm waiting for to show up to this Monstermania is Corey Taylor, who's been in the one, and I think it was either Philadelphia or New York. I'm waiting for him to come to the one at Hunt Valley because I really want to do a photo op with him where I have one of his masks on during the photo because I have like 3 of his masks that I can choose from, so I think he would get a kick out of that. And the other is Rob Zombie. I'm surprised he hasn't been invited to one yet. Maybe he's too big of a name to go to the one at Hunt Valley because the one at Hunt Valley started really small, and it wasn't until last year that it has started to grow and get bigger names. I mean, other than Christina Ricci and William Shatner, you had David Arquette from the Scream movies there, and the guy that played Art the Clown in the Terrifier movies, he was there in full outfit. Now I have this picture. That's not the actor that played the character. That was a guy who was dressed up and just really, really looked like the character in itself. Like, at first I was like, there's no way that's the actor walking around just, you know, taking selfies with people. It wasn't, but it was someone who did a good job with the costume. And I wouldn't be surprised if they went and saw the guy who played Terrifier in person, because that would be hilarious. I would really love to see that interaction, because he also had the same mannerisms as Art the Clown would as well. Kudos to that guy, whoever you are, and thank you for letting my mom and I take a picture with you. But yeah, that's it for me. I just figure I'd show you guys the stuff that I got from Monstermania, and of course, tell you pretty much the big story, the one that everybody wanted to know about, which was the Christina Ricci photo op and how it turned out. So yeah, that's it for me. Stay safe out there, and until then, I will catch you all in the next one.
I haven't always been against birthdays. Each one reminds me I'm a year closer to death's cold embrace.
Okay.